inside, taken away, and then Tebow makes the second level. He doesn't run and makes the pitch. That's a wonderful job by the quarterback.
And a first down, Florida. LSU threatens a blitz, and they come with a run blitz, and there's the dive play, the option, and a gain of a couple. Calvin Shepard, number 11, the middle linebacker, led the defensive effort that time. Let's check this LSU defense. Alem, Al Woods, Charles Alexander turned 24 years of age yesterday. And Livingston up front. Coleman, Shepard, and Perry Riley are the linebackers, and the secondary features Chad Jones. Also Hawkins, Taylor, and Patrick Peterson, who is a wonderfully gifted cornerback. Left side, here's Demps. He can run. Boy, can he motor. Brandon Taylor saved a bunch. And there's a bobbled ball. A gain of 25.
Now, this is the dive play off the option. But if I'm an LSU fan, I'm wondering, what are you doing, defense? Let's play the dive before Florida deciding whether Florida will ever run the guy. I mean, they might not run Tebow. It's probably a declared handoff all the way. And if I'm LSU, I'm playing the dive first and see if the Florida offense is willing to get Tebow hit on the running game.
That 25-yard gain gives Florida a first down. Here's Tebow backing up. He's nailed on this one, but he completes the pass at the LSU 42. So there is the first real contact of the ball game.
Comes from the corner blitz to the right side of the screen. Tebow's going to do it. And one thing, though, on this one is, and it's not the hit that they're worried about. He sees it coming, good catcher, but he did bang his head on the ground after it. We should take one more look. That's how it happened before on the leg. He did bang his head on the ground.
2nd and 2, scoreless first quarter here in Baton Rouge.
See, another dive.
Yes.
See, you got to play the dive.
And you think it's predetermined?
Well, yes, now I do. I think Florida's going to say, we're going to dive the ball, make it look like the triple option, but we're going to call it, because if you give Tim the option, you're going to keep it. So we're going to determine some dive plays early. We're going to check out how the LSU's defense is going to play the option, and then we'll see what we want to do later.
Look at Florida offensively, just under 60% LSU defense. Not terrific. 3rd and short.
This is usually Tebow time. Let's see if there's a changeup here. Usually he's a battering ram here.
Fullback goes left. Dive play.
Yep, a little
Squirt
different.
through, absolutely. First down at the 35. It's Emmanuel Moody, number 21. Started his career at Southern Cal. Gary, you thought it worthwhile to take another look
yeah,
at
I
the
mean,
Tebow
this
hit.
is a, a worrisome thing. This is how the concussion happened before. Not the initial hit, but the hit and then the head hitting the grass. Not violently like the knee last time, but that's one that I'm sure the Florida doctors are concerned about.
First down and 10. Again, it's Demps and Rainey in the backfield. Centurions to Tebow. And Moody breaks out. Yep. Emmanuel Moody, nifty run.
Flag down on this one, though.
It's back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think they're going to get... I don't know if LSU lined up offsides on the play.
Offside on the defense, number 11. That penalty has been refused. The result of the play is a first down.
Kelvin Shepard, who was blitzing on the play, got in the neutral zone. Number 11, right there. He anticipates, well, I guess it wasn't number 11, was it? They let us into number 11, but it wasn't him.
It is a first down and 10. Rick Burgess is on as a fullback, number 48. He's to the left. Here's Tebow at the line. Tebow wants to throw it. Then as he lets it go, it's a one-hopper. Incomplete. at the feet of his intended receiver. Perry Riley, number 56, was defending.
And that's what I'm talking about, the LSU speed in the back seven. You know, last year I questioned their linebacker play. But Perry Riley and Harry Coleman and Jacob Katera and Kelvin Shepherd have really come on now. And those three, along with the back four, are really SEC as good as you can get it.
2nd and 10. Whoa. That's Al Woods, who came across the neutral zone. We'll see if he was induced to make that action.
Offside on the defense. Number 97. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. 2nd down.
Tigers penalized 5 yards.
Now take a look at this, Gary. It might surprise some folks. Florida 308 yards through 4 games, average.
Well, they had a couple, you know, games that they should, but the Kentucky performance was pretty darn good because Kentucky loaded the box on them. This drive has to really be tough to taste for the LSU defense. Tebow has not carried the ball yet, and they're driving it down the field.
Started back at the 7. Here's the toss to Demps going left. Nice pursuit by Harry Coleman. And a flag is down. Coleman, number 24, strong safety, moves to the weak side linebacker this year.
And Brandon Taylor being cut. There was a flag in the play.
Offside. Number 84 on the defense. That penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. Result of the penalty is a 1st down.
That is Raheem Alem.
That means he must have been lined up in the neutral zone again. That's the 2nd penalty. He's way up here, right there. My telestrator's a little touchy here for this big game today. I can't even make circles so far. Must be nervous, the telestrator.
Death Valley for telestrators, too.
I'm drawing them. They just ain't going there.
Exactly. 1st down and 10.
Another timeout. Urban was calling.
And Tebow carries for the first time. Picks up maybe 1 or 2.
Urban was trying to call timeout again on that play, and the official didn't see him this time. Watch on the left upper side of your screen. Watch Urban Meyer come in and try to signal timeout here. See that? He's coming in and yell it, and the official says no.
8 runs, 2 passes. Deontay Thompson is wide to the left. He's got a lot of speed. They're at the 13-yard line, so here's Rainey going left, and Brandon Taylor nails him at the knees. Taylor, whose older brother Curtis was a starting defensive back at LSU last year.
Well, it's not hard to see the flow of this defense and the way that they can run with Demps and Rainey. A lot of teams just can't match Demps and Rainey. This secondary and back 7 for LSU can. The difference is the LSU front 4 is getting knocked off the ball so far.
3rd and 8. Tebow has to freelance down at the 11. It'll be 4th down. Perry Riley with some pressure, and Peterson got there, Patrick Peterson, to make the tackle. 4th down.
Well, that time the LSU secondary did a great job, took away Tebow's 1st and 2nd throw. Tim tries to come out of it, and the speed in that secondary, Peterson, one of the great corners in the country, just ran him right down. Successful drive for Florida, helped. Remember, they were backed up early with the penalties and then helped with a couple penalties.
28-yard effort by Caleb Sturgis. He's a perfect 5 for 5 this year, and he's now 6 for 6 out of Ches Henry's hold. Steve Adazio, the offensive coordinator, chatting with his quarterback. Tebow went down hard on that one and this one. Florida leads by 3. NFL on CBS, a doubleheader tomorrow. 4 games in the early slot. Oakland and New York the lead. And at 4:15, the Patriots visit the undefeated Denver Broncos. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms will be there. It was snowing in Denver this afternoon. And it all begins with JB and the quartet. The NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines at 12 noon Eastern time tomorrow.
Who do you like in that Oakland, New York Giant game?
Oakland.
Yeah.
Not. Caleb Sturgis. And Holiday backs up. Only one. Well, this is the second touchback of the season for Sturgis. First down and 10 at the 20.
Does remind you a bit with that kickoff into the end zone, the advantage of that celebration penalty, doesn't it, with Georgia last week?
Yes.
I mean, that's a big, huge difference. Everyone feels terrible about that, including the guy who called it. Everybody feels bad about that.
Well, that was the excessive celebration on A.J. Green in the end zone after Georgia had taken the lead against LSU. And then just to complicate matters, they called a makeup call. There's Tolliver, hit at the 25. Keelan Williams, number 5.
Well, if you look at this LSU offense, I know they want to run the ball at this Florida defense, but a lot of teams want to run the ball at them. When you turn the tape on, Florida's front 7 just refuses to be blocked. They just get off blocks better than any team in the country.
Here's the old-fashioned eye, and the lead block, and Scott scampers through across the 35 and out to the 38.
Well, Les Miles said this is my best, most powerful offensive line I've had since I've been here. And this time they run right, old I formation isolation, and James Stampley, the fullback, fits up perfectly, and they gash him for an old-fashioned Les Miles ISO play.
Trendon Holiday on the field, wide to the right side. Here's Jefferson back. Screen pass, left side, inside, and it's stopped for a gain of 1. Let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update.
All right, Vern, Dan Hawkins is going to take over after a Colt McCoy fumble. That's right, the other Heisman frontrunner, Colt McCoy, fumbled it. And look at this, Terire Gear for a touchdown, and Texas has just come back to score. And it's now 14-9 pending the extra point. But right now, the Buffalo's giving them all they want. Back to you, Vern.
All right, Tim, here's a handoff deep again. And it's Keelan Williams, number 5. That's going to bring up a 3rd down at the 42-yard line.
Up the middle.
Ryan Stamper with the tackle. 3-0 as we're under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. R.J. Jackson, number 28, on the field. He's the second man in top of the screen to the right side. On 3rd down. Stunts Jefferson, caught by LaFell, but short of the first down at the 47-yard line.
I'll tell you, it's just a defensive zone that time that LaFell goes out there. You'd like him to get 7 yards. He pulls up at 6 yards. Now, a good throw, I think he would have been able to turn around and pick up the first down. But 2 straight passes by Jordan Jefferson were high on the wide receiver screen and on that one right there on 3rd down, and it cost him a first down on the combination of the 2 throws.
That puts Brandon James back at the 15-yard line, and Derek Helton, who is the regular punter for this unit. Saw Jasper last time because they were inside the 50. No, he may not be the regular punter for long.
Well, you want to know why Brandon James had a small average? Because so many teams are directional and angle punting, but look what happens. You shank it a little bit, and you really get a bad result.
18 yards. 18 yards, 51 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tim Tebow started the game. His team leads by 3. Watch Fantasy Football today to get the last-minute news and analysis you need to set up your Fantasy League lineup. Live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, only on CBSSports.com. Final 1 minute of the first quarter. On a night in October with Tim Tebow medically cleared at noon today, sometime shortly after that, Urban Meyer and the staff deciding, yes, he will play and start. And he's had a couple of more than noticeable hits so far. First down and 10. Brandon James starts right, goes left, and loses 3 yards. Well, we were all waiting for those early hits, and he's received a couple.
Well, you're not going to run the spread option offense and not get hit if you're a quarterback. It just goes with the territory. I do think that so far the strategy has to bring him along a little slowly, which I think is smart. I mean, against Kentucky just a week ago, before he got hurt, and that was a late third quarter,
yes,
he had rushed the ball 24 times in that game. Okay, now, he had 3 sacks, but that means he was called for 21 runs. I'd be surprised if he approaches that number in this football game.
There is a player down. It's the fine defensive lineman, Drake Nevis. And so as the medical staff tends to him, we'll step aside. 3-0 Florida. Back in Baton Rouge, Drake Nevis able to walk off without assistance, getting some attention on the bench. After the loss on the tackle by Nevis, Brandon James, it's 2nd down.